Um, you said after the Colorado game, you take a defensive performance like that any time the way they played against this really good offensive team drilled, holding them to 65 points. Did you feel like you got the defensive effort again that you needed against this really talented team offensively?
Yeah, I mean that's not our problem. Actually, it hasn't been our problem. I thought all year long we've played pretty solid defensively. I think each game we get a little bit better defensively. What we're doing is at key times we're missing scouts. We're missing what we're doing defensively at a couple of key times. And those breakdowns against a team like this, it costs you. And I can go back and look at film, and I can find a breakdown and go, that was either a 2 and a 1 or is a made basket. And that's why they're the 17th ranked team in the country, because they take advantage of those kinds of things. But overall, really pleased with our defensive effort. I'm pleased with the way we battled the whole game. I mean, we battled. We just came up short.
How much did their length affect you guys offensively?
A great deal.
It was everything.
It was everything. It was great. That's what we talked about. We can't simulate that. I mean, that's what people don't understand. It's not like we had a lot of time to prepare for them anyway, but we can't simulate the quickness and the length that they're bringing at us. And that's not just even on the inside kids. That's their perimeter players. When you look at the length, and when I talk about length, I'm talking about some of their players' arms got to be 34, 35 inches long. I mean, they're long. That makes the passing lanes tough. It allows them to be able to bait you on passes. They do a really good job with that, where all of a sudden you're going, okay, I know coach said I can't throw that pass, but it looks like it's open, and they're quicker and longer than you think, and the next thing you know, that pass is gone. And their length, their athleticism, especially early, bothered us some. But we adjusted a little bit, and like I said, I mean, we wore down today. I knew that they were going to be deeper than us. I knew their size was going to wear us down a little bit. Then we got tired, but our kids battled, and I think I'd have to go back through the thing, but at the about 7 minute mark or so, they could have gone up another 15, but I think we actually cut it to 8 at one point. So our kids got back into it, and that's what you want. I mean, you don't want to quit.
How big do you think their ability to push the ball and score in transition was?
I thought at the right time when they got tired in the second half, it helped. It helped us, but that's also why they scored 10 points or 12 or whatever it is under their scoring average is the same reason New Mexico did, and so on and so forth, is because for most of the game we controlled the offensive pace at what we wanted to play with, so it limits the number of possessions that they have. And then I thought at a point when I thought, okay, we need to turn it loose a little bit. Actually, when we kind of turned it loose, started doing the transition, that's when it kind of went from 12 to I think 18 or so on us pretty quick, because we weren't converting at first. Then we got them in foul trouble, and then I thought the transition helped us because we were able to attack the basket, and they either had to let us go or they made some fouls. And I thought in the fourth quarter when we were able to get to the foul lines starting pretty early and we played aggressive, that allowed us to score points and milk the clock without having to burn the clock and trying to get longer sets and things like that. So yeah, I mean, there's certain teams you can transition against more, and there's certain teams you can't. The 17th ranked team in the country is a little hard to push the ball against for 40 minutes.
I know Carla, her numbers struggle at the field. Is that more of what they did as opposed to you're okay with the shots and everything? That's the stuff she usually does, right?
It's the stuff she usually does, and for the last 2 games, that's not going in, and that I don't have an answer for. I mean, that's just something that you got to focus in. You got to hit that shot. You got to do what you got to do, and I thought I can't remember every shot. I thought there was probably a couple shots I'm probably not happy with, but I thought for the most part, it's like you said, that's what Carla does. And so sometimes you kind of have to live with it, and you kind of have to die with it. But we got to get those numbers better. That's 4-23 in the last 2 games. We got to get that. We got to get those numbers better in order for us to be successful.
Even with all their size, they only out-rebounded you guys by 4. I mean, that's effort right there. What do you just have to say about your girls?
Yeah, like I said, I'm pleased with our effort. I mean, we got a 3-player in Alba, out there playing her heart out against a 6'3", probably going to be an two probably all West Coast Conference post players. And then, like I said, it doesn't get any easier with the kids that come in at the 4 and 5 for them. So, I thought I thought we battled. I thought we scrapped. I thought we did everything that we could do. Obviously, we needed to make a few more baskets at a couple of key times. But like I said, they weathered the storm too. You got to give a lot of credit to Gonzaga. They're well coached. They execute, like I said, and they're talented. And they came up here today, and you know what? They rotated kids, and they got the bench and the depth to do that. Right now, we don't have the bench and the depth to do that, and that's another thing when people say, well, maybe we need to push the ball a little bit more because we're at altitude. I don't have the depth to do that right now, because even though we're at altitude, we get tired too, and so that becomes sometimes an issue. But I'm pleased with our effort. I mean, I'm really pleased with our effort. I'm disappointed in the loss. Somebody can go, well, they're the 17th ranked team in the country. I don't really care about that. I want to beat whoever we play. Last 2 games that hasn't happened for us.
At 6 and 5 now, you're heading into the full swing of conference play, which you already own 2 road wins. You knew it was going to be an up and down type of year at times. What do you feel? Do you have a good gauge? Do you have a good feeling of what this team is heading into the bulk of conference play?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I don't have a good gauge of what we are offensively. I have a good gauge of how hard we're going to play. I have a good gauge of what we are defensively. I don't know what we are offensively sometimes, because once again, I mean, we can look at the way we shot the ball at Albuquerque. We can look at the way we shot the ball, against Mississippi Valley. We can look at, and then all of a sudden we show up and it's like we can't shoot the ball. It's the same shots. It's the same action. So we got to get a better feel of what we're doing offensively, and we got to become more consistent offensively with, making the shots that are given to us. And I think the other thing tonight, now, a lot of that will be in the 4th quarter, I'm sure, when I look back. I'm not happy we gave up 16 free throws. They went 16-16, but at least tonight we got to the free throw line 16 times. And we haven't been doing that this year, and that's been one of the emphasis we've been putting on in practice. And we're doing it in practice. We're getting more aggressive in practice, but it hasn't carried over until tonight a little bit, and then especially in the 4th quarter. And then a couple of times it had to be, hey, you got to take the ball to the basket and do it, because we needed those fouls. And it's like, well, we're having a hard time understanding why we're going to the basket in some cases, I guess. If I look back and I look at this tape, it's not always going to the basket to try to get a shot up. Sometimes it's going to the basket to draw contact. Sometimes it's going to the basket to draw multiple defenders, and then we kick it out and see what happens from there. So yeah, we got sounds like a long time, but we don't have a long time, because we're going to give our kids some days off so they can go with their family and friends and spend some Christmas. So we're gonna take light practices, basically shooting and some conditioning, just to get their minds off of finals for Thursday and Friday, and then we're taking off till the 28th. So we'll come back and get ready for another really, really good team that presents some of the same issues we just talked about with Boise State. So that's where we're at.